FM and AM 1160, and good morning to you. In the studio with us this morning, she's off mic, but Bonnie Dunlap is here because she helped to facilitate all of this today, this visit. But we've got Sean Moran, we've got Wayne Obitz as we talk about a very exciting development at the Ben Franklin Elementary School, assisted by the Kiwanis Club of Indiana County. Gentlemen and lady over in the corner, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Todd.
Morning, Todd.
It's good to have you both with us here today. Who wants to explain this whole concept of what's happening, Sean or Wayne?
Oh, Sean's the man.
Okay, well, I'll start by just saying this started in September of 2020, and it started with myself just due to COVID. I went outside and got some tree stumps and would read to the students, and it would be a great way to just get outside and just take a break. And so from there, I thought, oh, this is a nice place here. This is this big 80 by 200 space.
Yeah.
And as I was a student there as well, a few years back, they said never go in that space. It was like the forbidden space. You couldn't go down there. And I thought, we need to change that. Let's make this usable space. Yeah. And so I just got thinking, and so started to come up with like sections and different things that we could do for outdoor learning, and that's kind of how it all blossomed.
So as you were literally meant it when you said to me a couple of minutes ago, it started with me and a couple of tree stumps.
That is very true. Yeah, that is so true.
And so Kiwanis Club gets wind of this, and Wayne, take us from there. What did Kiwanis Club do once they learned about this exciting project?
Right. Conveniently, we were looking for an exciting project. Kiwanis is all about helping children in communities such as ours and really throughout the world. And so this year is our 100th anniversary, May 22nd, actually, of 22. Kiwanis in Indiana is 100 years old. The whole organization is 107 years old. Long story short, so we had saved up some money. We were looking for something to do as a big bang for this year. And somewhere through Bonnie and Sean and Kelly at Ben Franklin, we've got wind of it, and then they came around and showed us what they wanted to do, and we were excited about it.
Yeah, well, absolutely, and so you stepped in, and you were able to help in a big way too.
Big way. To put a number to it, it's over $44,000.
Yeah, wow.
We were just blown away.
Yeah.
Remember, we started with tree stumps, and we're like 44,000. So we were so ecstatic with that, and we do appreciate their involvement. They're a major sponsor for us. And
now, Sean, you're going to get us the digital image of this, but you do have just a paper image. Hold that up for our Facebook viewers. I know that's going to be awful difficult for them to see.
Yeah, we'll get you a digital copy,
and we'll attach that.
And this was done by Earthcraft at Shauna over at Earthcraft. And wow, when I saw this in a digital form, I was like, whoa.
So describe for those who can't see it on camera, describe what you're looking at.
Well, basically, you're coming into a space. It's 80 by 200, and we have a welcome center. We have a gathering place where students can sit by a whiteboard with benches, and then you can walk in further, and then you can go over a butterfly garden. You have a bridge that you go over. And then to the other side, we're going to make an amphitheater as well, so that could, have grade levels can use that space. And then you keep going, and we have a pavilion that we've created as well. And so the goal was, and we're also having like raised garden beds, things like that. So and then in each section, we'll have like a sensory area. We'll have like a fitness area that you can do some things. We have like a lunch area. If you wanted to come out on a nice day, you can go out and sit and enjoy lunch as well. But so there's a lot to it.
I'm imagining other teachers looking out the window saying, what is Mr. Moran doing out there in the yard? And then they see that, and then there are some kids out there, and you're reading to the kids, and you can see the minds start to churn. What can we do? And how can we turn this into something even nicer? And so the ideas start to flow. Is that basically what happened?
Yes, definitely. For many months, they saw me out there like just moving dirt and doing different things, and they were wondering, what is this guy up to? And then I formed a committee, And so that way we could spread the word throughout the
Mhm.
school. Then we started to get a buzz going, and then
Yeah.
you get ideas. The thing will be, the nice challenge we'll have is like everyone will want to use the space, and so we'll
Mhm.
have to find out how to schedule
Sure.
things, and so
Yeah.
that'll be a good thing.
Yeah, but
problem
when
to
you
have.
talk about the butterfly space and the landscaping, you can see kids getting involved even in that.
Definitely, our curriculum is set up where we have, organisms and different life cycles. We talk about gardening and different things. So,
Mhm.
great way to have and build community things that you can do down the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
To learn how to do a compost and things like that. I'm always still curious about things like that.
Sure.
So, we're going to try and introduce things like that at an early age.
Yeah. Yeah.
That can be helpful. Who doesn't want to have a great garden?
Absolutely.
Things like
and
that.
and Wayne, from Kiwanis' standpoint, knowing all the work that you do, Kiwanis doesn't just say, "Okay, you got something cool going on there. Here's some money." It's an active involvement for Kiwanis, not only here but all throughout all of the projects you're involved in.
Uh, exactly right, Todd. We work throughout Indiana County, as you know.
Mhm.
A lot of scholarships for, I don't know what it's called now. I'm sorry, Blairsville School District.
Used to be Key Club. I don't know if it still
Oh
is.
my gosh!
Back when Fred was coming.
Yeah,
in to
yeah.
visit
Well,
with
the
us.
Key Club is still going strong.
Yeah.
As to what they do in the Indiana high school, but we provide scholarships to Indiana, the ICTC. Ben Franklin was particularly near and dear to my heart because I student taught back there in the early 70s.
Oh yeah. Was
And
Sean one of your students?
he might have been. I don't know. We had a couple of bad ones. I remember, but
I was in that forbidden zone.
Yeah.
Send you out. We're
Yeah.
going to send you out there next week.
Now I'm home. I'm home.
absolutely not. But
Yeah.
anyhow, we're very excited about the project as far as the raised garden beds. I don't know why that was just a big hook for me. The idea that elementary students can see this cycle of life and
Mhm.
what it takes to bring food to the table and so forth. So I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, and so Kiwanis steps in cases like this when they have the opportunity as an organization to say, wow, this is a real, actual, practical literal grassroots project.
And it's ongoing. It isn't just something that happens today.
Correct.
But this should be moving forward for years to come and impact a lot of children.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean, when you think about the possibilities, the potential for this area, and it is something that can become something very, very much long term. From the school district's standpoint, I'm sure that they were pretty excited too.
Definitely. In fact, when they heard the big idea, they thought, "Oh, this would be great to do everywhere." We're fortunate to have a nice space to do
Yeah.
something like this in, and we've also talked to other, like YMCA and having people
Mhm.
utilize this space possibly as well. So this has been through donations from the community. So this is something that could be a community type situation. Every other schools could come over and utilize it. You have to work out transportation, things like that. So really the sky's the limit on it. And like Wayne said, you want to affect as many students as you can that can utilize this space.
And it is a unique campus too, as opposed to some of the others. There's more space there, and
Correct.
it's got the sort of the you almost want to say country setting
Right.
where it is, and it's so nicely set up for something just like this. Had you thought about this in the past, even before pandemic came along, and said, "Boy, that's a big space. I'd like to go out and do something there"?
Honestly, yes, and my wife can attest to that because I've been saving up things like logs and barrels and
Tree
tires and tree stumps for months before all this happened. So,
Mhm.
and I just like getting outside the box sometimes, and so yes, and I'm just fortunate that Kelly, Urbani, and everyone was willing to take that leap of faith with me to do something like this, and this will impact a lot of people.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
road.
Of course, with your background with the Vogues, there's always the chance that there might be some singing ringing through the hills out there.
Oh,
Ben.
definitely.
Yeah.
I just like production stuff. I like doing
Yeah.
things like this, working with people, and it was just totally. It just blew our minds when Kiwanis said they would be able to be a major sponsor like
Yeah.
that. It would just made our whole day.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I can see performances, outdoor theater
Yeah.
performances, all those kinds of things can happen.
We've
now.
talked to Justin Shaw, like having him come in with the police and doing, talks at the pavilion and different things. So we want to reach out and get some nice things going on in the space.
Yeah. Well, it just sounds like it. We know that it's a wonderful idea. We know that it's already been implemented. It'd be nice if you're able to sit out there in the January and February weather, but this is not Arizona.
No.
So maybe that doesn't happen. But that gives you a chance, though, to think about what the spring's going to look like, and the various utilizations you can have. I would guess that in the summertime, even, especially with the expansion of programming last summer, that this could be a real asset.
I hope so. And we do have a timeline. We're putting things together, and our goal is to have a ribbon cutting in October, this October. So that would make over 2 years for me, and even more so. We get everything aligned up with contractors and things like that, and that's our goal.
Yeah. And I know, Wayne, that Kiwanis is going to keep an eye on this, just as you do on all of those various projects you get involved in. But this one seems to really hit home with a lot of the members of Kiwanis.
It does. It was just a perfect, they say dovetail. I couldn't build a dovetail if I had to, but it does.
He could.
He could, yeah. It does dovetail into what we're all about.
Yeah.
And it's just really nice. We had been looking for something to do for a while, just because it was our 100th anniversary.
Yeah.
And then Sean and Kelly came along and proposed this, and I think Bonnie probably had something to do with getting them involved in all of this. But,
well, we know of the involvement at the high school level. Has Kiwanis done a whole lot with elementary students down through the years?
Through the years, it has. We're not as active with it right now. There's something called Bringing Up Grades, or BUG, that students work with, and teachers to involve them in that.
So it could be something in the future that just grows and grows.
Well, again, and BUG's a perfect acronym for what's going on here.
Yeah, if you're sitting on one of Sean's stumps and one crawls up.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
Sean Moran, Wayne Obitz, Bonnie Dunlap, thank you all for coming in.
And Bonnie's been very instrumental as well. She's in contact with me all the time. So it's just kind of like a nice, well-oiled machine at this point. So it's just
terrific done. It's a concept that is being pulled off with aplomb, as they say. Thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd. Appreciate it.
It is the
Thanks
voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.